Welcome, everyone. All right, we are at 12:50, so we'll go ahead and get started. Hello, and welcome to the Winter Seller Check-in. I'm Rebecca Elliott, head of U.S. Apparel, and on behalf of the pre-loved fashion team here at eBay, I first and foremost want to sincerely thank you for being here today, and also your preparedness and, in advance, outstanding execution over the holiday season. The quality, breadth, and depth of our pre-loved fashion inventory continues to set us apart, and we have you, our seller community, to thank for that. At eBay, we remain committed to changing the perceptions of pre-loved fashion. And so to that end, I'd like to highlight a number of recent achievements of which we should all be very proud. In the spring, Bree Welch was named our resident stylist, bringing a wealth of experience and industry credibility to the role, in which she continues to highlight how pre-loved fashion can creatively, economically, and sustainably elevate your style. In the latest edition of the eBay Watchlist Trend Report, she highlights fall's most coveted trends informed by real-time marketplace insights that only eBay can provide. You can leverage this quarterly report to inform your inventory sourcing efforts. Definitely check it out and stay tuned for what's now and next. Bree also curated this year's Endless Runway show. This was a live-streamed, shoppable fashion show during New York Fashion Week, where viewers could purchase looks in real time through eBay Live, all in an effort to promote the value and uniqueness of circular fashion. And lastly, in September, eBay connected with a vibrant community of Gen Z and Gen A fashion enthusiasts at Teen Vogue Summit in Los Angeles, which featured expert panels, workshops, a pop-up shop, and a series of live streams benefiting Empower Institute. In short, eBay remains committed to driving top-of-mind awareness amongst fashion enthusiasts. Now, how can you, the seller, best meet the needs of this vibrant fashion enthusiast community? What are they looking for in pre-loved fashion? First, I'm going to cover evergreen opportunities, and this essentially is focusing on long-standing trends that have relevance on our platform all year long. So let's dive into it. First, we have Western, utility, and tactical. So think suede jackets, denim, cowboy boots, and workwear. The second evergreen trend is outdoor and active. This includes athleisure from major athletic brands, and also layering pieces like fleece pullovers and outerwear from heritage outdoor brands. It remains true that it is always warm somewhere, which is why a golf and tennis or classic aesthetic is relevant year-round at eBay. Think brands like Lilly Pulitzer, Peter Millar, and Ralph Lauren. And finally, we have contemporary and streetwear. This is an aesthetic where dresses and branded hoodies are especially important. So we've covered evergreen opportunities. What should you source specifically for holiday? And what in pre-loved most lends itself to gifting? Little luxuries are really important this time of year. Think wallets from Louis Vuitton, sunglasses from Chanel, and belts from Gucci, all priced below $200. We're also seeing surging demand for vintage Hermes scarves. Legacy luxury handbags priced below 500 are critical, especially Louis Vuitton, Coach, and Gucci, with major demand for vintage Coach in particular. Outerwear falls into three major buckets. The first of which is everyday essentials priced below 50 from brands like Patagonia, The North Face, and LL Bean. The second bucket is investment outerwear from brands like Moncler, Canada Goose, and Arc'teryx. And these brands can command a significantly higher price point from $350 and below. And then lastly, specialty outerwear, which is oftentimes unbranded. Think vintage fur coats and leather jackets. Athleisure is always important. Nike and Lululemon are always top performers, but we're also seeing a surge in demand for Viore and, which I think is very interesting, vintage athleisure. Also, don't forget streetwear hoodies. And lastly, boots, which fall into two major buckets. We have practical cold weather boots from the likes of UGG and Sorel. And then secondly, we have investment heritage workwear or cowboy boots from brands with a reputation for exceptional quality. So you have the right inventory. How can you ensure that your storefront stands out in Q4? First and foremost, be clear and accurate about your item's condition, leveraging our new condition guidance. We truly have a customer for every condition at eBay, but it is imperative that listings are representative of the product itself. Create a seamless customer experience. Take advantage of the holiday site traffic by offering exceptional customer service and clear policies like free shipping and free returns. These can turn one-time buyers into loyal customers. And lastly, consider applying to our pre-loved partner program. This trust signal is designed for top performing business sellers and is intended to give first time as well as experienced pre-loved buyers peace of mind around the quality and level of service that they can expect on eBay at no extra cost to you, the seller. Thank you again, sincerely, for your time today. We have a few extra minutes here, so I'd like to welcome any questions you may have. You can leverage the chat to send those through. Let's see. Yes, Junky Funky Treasure, we can definitely send out a link to the Pre-Loved Partner Program. And Marnie is wondering what the criteria is for the Pre-Loved Partner Program. This is included in the link that we'll send out, but the criteria for the Pre-Loved Partner Program is that you must be a business account. You must hold top-rated seller status. You must maintain an item not received rate of less than 1%. You must maintain an item significantly not as described rate of less than 5%, achieve a positive feedback rate of over 95%, and ensure that 95% of your listings offer 30-day returns. Let's see. From Stacy, should we be including style keywords and or hashtags in our listing descriptions? Definitely include style keywords. And to be honest, I'm not sure about direction on hashtags, but Stacy, let me ask internally and we can try and get you some clarification on that. That's a really great question. Let's see. Once accepted, how long does it take for the program to reflect on your store after receiving the initial accepted communication? Um, it can take the answer, I guess, is variable right now, and it depends on the like essentially like demand for the badge. So we can turn it around in as few as a few weeks, I would say. So if you're interested, I would prioritize applying sooner rather than later so that you can get the badge before the holiday season really kicks off. Let's see. What other questions do we have? Are there any plans to update item specifics on things such as styles of pants? Some are outdated and some need to be added. That is such a great question. And the answer is that we are actively evaluating required style specifics. We hear you loud and clear. Definitely understand that. Some of our requirements today are outdated, and we also have a lot of requirements here at eBay, which can make listing more time consuming than we would like. So that is something that we are actively reviewing and hope to have some updates there maybe by the next seller check-in even. Let's see. Other questions do we have? Hmm. I found an Hermes scarf. Can you share how the authentication program works? Right now, scarves are not actually covered by our authentication program, but that is another thing that we are actively reevaluating right now. We understand that it is desirable for us to have authentication services that are comprehensive of all luxury brands and price points, not just specific categories like handbags. So hope to be able to have an update to share out there by the next seller check-in, maybe. Let's see. Are we going to be able to rewatch this? I believe a recording has been made and a link should be sent out for that. Let's see if there are any other questions. What items are included in the authentication program? Currently, we authenticate a select number of apparel brands, and there's mandatory authentication for handbags that are $500 and up. And there is mandatory authentication for sneakers that are $75 and up. But again, looking to reevaluate that and making our authentication proposition more comprehensive. Great questions. All right. Well, if there aren't any other questions, then I think we can probably go ahead and wrap up. Um, Thank you so much for joining here today. It was great to spend time with all of you and really look forward to your partnership over the holiday season. Wishing everybody a very happy holiday. Thank you.